Bruce Arians says nothing to talk about. Brett Favre says he's barking up the wrong tree. What do you say?
Oh, with great respect to Brett Favre, hasn't Tom Brady been through that sort of thing for 20 years in New England? Hasn't he experienced that very same thing with Bill Belichick? I think that he's got enough of a professional relationship with Bruce Arians and enough experience in this game to know what he does and doesn't tolerate, what he can and can't accept. I think it's just part of the game. I don't think that that is something that hurts Brady's feelings. And when I spoke to people around the league who watched the film of Brady's game this week and watched how he played, they felt like he played very well other than that pick six. If you take away the pick six, they say he played a pretty flawless game and looked very strong even at the age of 43.
Louis Riddick, let me come to you. What do you think of the way this has gotten off to a start after just one game?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna kind of like hold off making too many big predictions and/or proclamations about how things are going to go down there. Although I will say this: look, it's obvious once you get into game action and you're playing at game speed, things look a lot different. And all of a sudden, you maybe what you once thought was going on when you were in training camp and practicing against your own teammates, maybe may not be the case. Maybe it is the case. You're not quite sure. So I think there were some issues obviously with communication between him and wide receivers at different points in the football game. I don't think Tom's physical ability has deteriorated, or we need to start making any wild, crazy, predictions about him falling off a cliff or anything like that. But there obviously needs to be more time to allow for him to get on the same page, especially with some of the route conversions that the receivers undergo in the middle of plays. And obviously Tom and Mike Evans weren't on the same page a few times. But I think for sure they need to go ahead and get a win under their belt, and they need to get a win under the belt quickly. Otherwise, Greeny, these questions are going to start cropping up more and more. The speculation is going to crop up more and more, especially if Bruce continues to talk about things out in the open, unlike Bill used to. Because then, we're just in uncharted territory then. We know that things weren't like that in New England, and that's what leads to speculation. That's what leads to us questioning what exactly is going on down there.
Dominique, what do you think? When you hear Brett Favre say he's barking up the wrong tree, what goes through your mind?
Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate Lewis. He did a great job on Monday Night Football the other night. And As it pertains to this question, I think that maybe Brett Favre is doing a little bit of projecting, because maybe Brett Favre wouldn't react well to that. And when they brought in Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre's his production went down significantly, because I feel like that's a similar situation where they aren't verbally saying that they aren't happy with your performance, but they're definitely sending you a message that they aren't happy with your performance. I think Tom Brady is a different animal, and part of being a head coach is knowing what buttons to push on which players. And I think Bruce Arians knows that Tom Brady can handle this criticism, whether it's public or private. And not only is he communicating with Tom Brady when he does this, I think that Adam and Lou both were kind of alluding to this. He's communicating to the whole team. The whole team sees this. This is not a message for Tom Brady. I don't think he needs to tell Tom Brady that you can play better. This is a message for everybody. It's what Adam started off with. It's letting everybody know that you all need to play better. If you don't, I'm going to call you out.
So we'll wait and see if it gets better this week, to the point that Lewis made. They play Carolina this week. That's a game everyone will expect them to win. If it doesn't go well, the conversation might get a little bit louder. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.